on Flyi, and I just jumped out of Porch with Dirty Glove Bastards.
Flyi, I never let you walk away and act like it was nothing. And shout to you, the one for me, the other was nothing.
All right, today we got Flyi jumping off the porch with us today.
What's going on?
What's going on with your gang?
Ain't shit, what poppin'?
Nothing much, just chilling. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How you?
For sure, man. It's a pleasure to have you here with us for sure. So tell us what you out here working on in Atlanta.
Working on my project right now. Trying to get everything together as far as my project. And then really just trying, find my own little lane,
For sure. So for those who wouldn't know, how would you describe life back at home in Columbus, Georgia?
Columbus crazy. Columbus crazy for real. Like, it heavy. Ain't no regular city, ain't your average city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't your average city, man. So if you can make it in Columbus, bro, you can make it any motherfucking well. Cause everything go on.
Yeah. So what were you into as a kid growing up out there in Columbus?
Trying to eat, really. So I was trying to eat, So the average poor kid, the average hustling story of a child, any kid in the project, any kid in the hood, just trying to eat.
Yeah. And what would you say you jumped off the porch?
Man, probably when I was about like 15, 16. Cause like, my definition of jumping out the porch is totally different. Cause where I'm from and how that shit go on from, it's just totally different. Cause like, the average jumping out the porch is something like, somebody going stealing something out the store. You know what I'm saying? Getting in a fight with somebody in the hood, doing little simple shit, and they feel like they jumped out the porch. If you're not jumping out the porch where I'm from until you really get out. So that's what I feel like jumping out the porch is for me.
For sure.
Right.
Talk to us about playing football in high school.
Man, yeah. That was really just, football really what kept me on the right path to like not going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause everybody in the hood, everybody that was around me pushed me to play football. You know what I'm saying? Every time I was in the hood, every time I was in the street, one of my partners would see me, you know what I'm saying, they'll see me and put me back toward, nah, nigga, you don't need to be out here, go play football. That's what you gonna do, you gonna play football, you ain't gonna gang bang, you gonna do none of this shit with us. We gonna handle all this shit. Any kind of smoke, we gonna handle it for you. You play football. So football just really just kind of like gave me a way out, I still be stuck right now.
I feel you. Yeah. What can you tell us about your friend Mike Lusk, who lost his life?
Ah man, R.I.P. Mike Lusk. That's still like it deep to this day. You know what I'm saying? That still hurt me to this day. I still think about that to this day. And that shit been 10 years ago, 10, 11, 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That shit still hurt me to this day. Cause like we grew up together. We started out together. Like at the first little partner over, we was in third grade. Hitting the stores, hitting the little grocery store, right? Walking to school, hitting the grocery store, getting caught and shit. Again, we got sent in the roll here together. It's a behavioral school. Got kicked out of school. We did everything together like growing up. That was my partner. We did everything going on, and it just got down through the year. It was just love ever since. Cause we ain't never had no sour moments. Like we ain't never get into it, no shit like that. We ain't never argue nothing, and we were partners for 10, 15 years, and we ain't never have an argument. We ain't never argue because we were always on the same page. It was always genuine. It was always love. Shit was always real. Yeah.
That's real. R.I.P. Mike, man. What would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned so far?
The biggest life lesson I learned. He whole smarter than you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest life lesson I learned, but he hoes is smarter than us, but we not smarter than them.
Yeah. What makes you say that?
Just life experience.
Yeah.
We're not smarter than them, they smarter than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody want to be smart. We want to be smart. We think we're smart, but we're not smart. They smarter than us.
Yeah.
I had to accept it.
Man, that's the real one. What would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far in your life?
The biggest obstacle. The biggest obstacle I had to overcome in my life. Well, I'm still overcoming my biggest obstacle. I ain't overcame it yet. So I can't speak on it yet because I ain't overcame my biggest obstacle because I ain't where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when I get there, then I can speak on what my biggest obstacle was because I feel like your biggest obstacle is your life. That's your biggest obstacle. Living, making it, surviving another 24 hours. That's always your biggest obstacle until you get where you're trying to go or be what you're trying to be. You will never overcome your biggest obstacle. Cause life is made for shit to go, folk to go through shit. Everybody go through shit. You're gonna go through something. Everybody gonna go through obstacles in different ways. It may impact you like that, it may impact them like that, but like making it another 24 is like an obstacle until you get where you're trying to go.
I feel you.
Right.
When would you say you started making music?
When I started making music, man, like, okay, so like, my folks, that's all they did was sing. All they did was have like bands and musicians, and so I was in my granddaddy's band when I was like 5 years old. So music always been around me, you know what I'm saying? I always express myself in a way of like music, so, cause I always been around it. So, I've been doing music since then, yeah.
And what motivated you to start making music?
What motivated me to start making music? When I can like folks say like, a lot of folks tell me like when we have a conversation or they talk to me, they be like, bro, like you talking like riddles. Like, so I feel like that's the only way I can express myself is to put it on music or put it on the paper because that's the only way you're gonna understand it, you will feel it more. Because I can go back and forth between what I'm talking about and you will understand. Right.
Who would you list as some of your musical influences?
Musical influence, oh definitely Boosie, Gucci. Got to have them boys in there. Coming up, that's all it was with Boosie and Gucci. Nigga get hurt on some Boosie and Gucci.
Yeah, straight up.
For real, boy, what? Man, what?
And when would you say you started taking music serious full time?
When I started taking music serious full time, Gen 9. Gen 9, I'm serious as hell now. I won at first, cause I always knew I can do it. So rapping and shit was like, it was nothing. It was nothing. Cause we used to rap in the hood, just rap to each other, and everybody can rock. Everybody can, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't that. It was never nothing. But now, like, I got pressure on it. I got major pressure on making this shit happen for real.
Straight up. How did you get your rap name?
Cause like, when I was little, I used to always like hear everything, and I come out, tell my mama, and she be like, you like a goddamn fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Hear everything. You know what I'm saying? So it like, you know, that's why it just stuck with me. I just kept going with it. So you know.
Sure. What do you feel like brings the best out of you and your music?
But everything, cause every situation, everything, cause the day I go in the studio, how I'm feeling is how I'm finna come on the track. So whatever I'm going through that day, or whatever it is, that how I'm finna come on the track.
Your single Cheetah from 2018 was a mass hit with over 1 million views, right?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind the song?
Oh man. Exactly what the song say.
Yeah.
Don't date me, baby. I'm a cheetah. But that was then though. That was then, cause you know, then shit different now.
That's why you say these hoes smarter.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit add up, man.
Yeah.
That shit add up for real.
Did you expect it to blow up like that though?
Man, I did, cause like the first time I posted it, I posted it on Facebook. I was just laying on the couch, post that bitch on Facebook. My boy hit me. He like, bro, that bitch got like 10,000 views. Like what? I like, it ain't been but like 10 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, some real time, 30, 40 minutes or whatever. Got back on that bitch and got back on that bitch another hour. That bitch was at 36,000. That bitch just kept going. And then it was like on Facebook, only folk that can see your Facebook is the folks from your city or the folk that you fucking with.
Yeah.
So my city was fucking with me on that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in my city before with anybody, they was fucking with me on it first because that bitch took off ASAP.
That's hard.
Right.
You had another song called Run It Up.
Right.
What can you tell us about that song?
Oh man. Run It Up. When I did Run It Up, bro, Run It Up was like, that when I really started getting into the mode of how I really feel like I express when I'm trying to say my best way when I drop Run It Up. Cause it's different, like it different and it real at the same time. So I felt like when I did it, it wasn't even me, cause I wasn't even rapping like that. But when I dropped it, it was just like, then I started feeling that type of style of rapping. Cause at first I just used to rap. Then I got down singing with that shit. That shit started sounding better. Started singing with that shit, and then you start being able to feel the pain in the song when you give it to them like that. Cause when I'm rapping, you can't feel it when I'm rapping. Only certain niggas got that gear to where you can feel it when they rapping.
Yeah.
And that Tupac and Biggie. Them were the only nigga that'll give it to you just rapping and you feel it.
Yeah.
So it like, I had to take that and put that in there. And when I put that in there, that was the first song I ever did like that. So when I put that in there, oh, I was feeling it then. Yeah.
What's your current thoughts on the rap game?
Rap game hot. I'm not a rapper. I just like talking to bitches on beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot right now. Hot for every rapper.
So when you say you like talking to bitches on beats, what exactly does that consist of?
Oh man, everything. That consists of everything that's outside of being a gangster. Outside of it, cause too many niggas out here trying to do that right now. That shit, I feel like if you gangster, but I ain't something you gotta show a nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take some L sometime. The world built for you to take some L, cause ain't no nigga out here walking right now that ain't never took no L. They can tell you they L, but I guarantee you it's not.
It's a lot of gangsters and ain't no players.
Right.
For sure.
Now it's a lot of dumb niggas. It's a lot of dumb niggas. Cause back when I was in the street, back when I was fucking around, but it was street, man. It was, bro. The street spoke like that. What you live by, that what you go by. And then you start getting niggas from the suburbs that want to come to the hood and they don't know nothing about the streets. They don't respect the street because they ain't come up in the streets. Just made the streets sour. You got rappers. Everybody gangster. And they were coming from the suburbs, just made the streets sour, fought the streets up, because everybody wanted to be gangster. Anybody can be gangster, but everybody ain't no street nigga. Street niggas survive, gangsters die.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the biggest risk you took for your career that paid off?
The biggest risk I took in my career and it paid off. Oh man. I ain't took no huge risk yet. Yeah, I ain't took no huge risk yet, man, cause I ain't took no huge risk yet. I need to. Cause I feel like that's the only way you gonna make it. You gotta take a risk.
Yeah.
But also like being from where I'm from the country, so we like to hold on to what we got. You know, you like to hold on to what you got. And you be goddamn a little scared to spend it. But niggas like outside of it, it's different. Like they'll jump out there real quick. They'll spend a 30, they'll spend a 40 real quick. And I ain't experienced that until, I moved to the A. And I realized, oh man, that little change ain't shit. Yeah, so I'm finna drop some. Mm-hmm.
How would you describe the music scene back at home in Columbus, Georgia?
Oh, it's some real live players. It's some real live players on the music scene in Columbus, Georgia, for real. Salute to Columbus, man. That's my city, I love my city. Salute the Far Road, salute the Far Park.
Why do you think people overlook the talent that's coming out of Columbus right now?
Cause like, I feel like they don't overlook it. I just feel like they don't put themselves in a position for somebody to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause the way they look at music down there is totally different than the way folk look at music up here. You know, back there, it really more what they rapping about is what they doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Versus here, they rapping about it, but you know how that shit go. You know.
I feel it. Talk to us about your new single and the inspiration behind it, Nothin.
It just, again, like, really don't be no inspiration. It just be that day. That was something I just did. I walked in the studio, we just started fucking around, and then it was it. It was it.
What should we expect from your forthcoming project?
Oh man, I got some heat. I can't even got down put a project together cause I keep dropping everything.
Yeah.
Shit be so hard, I go drop it the next day. So I can't keep no goddamn, I can't say when I'm dropping shit, the whole tape gonna be up by next week.
Yeah.
Cause I'm dropping shit every day.
Talk to us about your label, Rollin Stone, and what would you say is the goals for the label?
Rollin Stone. The goals, I feel like for the label, really, the reason I really put Rollin Stone together is because I wanted to sign myself. That's what I really want to do. I want to sign myself, so that way, let me start over. Okay, so the reason I started Rollin Stone was because like I wanted to make a way for all my partners, not just me. So all my niggas, cause a lot of my partners, they rap, they doing the same shit I'm doing. They trying to do the same shit I'm doing, so they can sign to the label. Cause at some point, one of us gonna take out, somebody gonna blow. And when we blow, you gotta sign the whole label. You can't just sign, me. If you come to me, you gotta sign my label. You can't just sign me individual.
For sure.
Right.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that comes along with being an independent artist?
Exactly what it is, independent. Yeah, you by yourself. Yeah, until you start building a following, until you start, you know what I'm saying, you by yourself for real. Versus, not being independent. Yeah, so.
And what else are you working on right now?
Really just getting this shit together, man, getting the project together to where, like, we can put that motherfucker out, man. Put that motherfucker out, really. That's all I'm really working on right now. They get in a position to drop the music.
For sure. Any last words and shout outs?
Yeah, man, definitely. Go follow me on IG. It's Flyi for sure. It's Flyi, Flyi for sure. It's Flyi for sure.
For sure, gang. We appreciate having you for the show.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
Fly. I never let you walk away and act like it was nothing. And shout to you, the one for me, the other hoe was nothing. And lately I've been staying up and